Okay, so we start we're walking around Pesach from the beginning of this month, and actually from the gathering, which was sort of a um, uh, the twilight zone uh, between Purim and Pesach, sort of getting getting to understand the beginning from the end, and what sort of processes and procedures uh, we we can go through in order to actually understand what is the meaning of that beginning, which is Pesach, and why actually it is the first month, or it's the the first month of the month, the first count. One can say count in terms of what counts, the value things, or one can say the being privileged um, with a power that is vested in the firstborn, uh, meaning the responsibility and actually what it entails. It's not the nature firstborn or the order of the will to receive to oneself, or the will to receive on its own, but something else starts. So it is said that it was difficult for Moses to understand how to sanctify the beginning of the month, and definitely the beginning of Nissan, because he could not see how the createe, as as he or she is, can actually come to realize, come to be aware of the fact that it needs to go, or in order to sanctify, need to go to a completely different nature, which is um, to be able to bestow, not from the nature of the will to receive, but from the way it will be used, or the way it will be used as an expression of a true need, or, or realizing the true identity. So it was difficult for Moses to understand how he will move. It's actually coming back into the question of Abraham: how will I know, or with what vessels will I be able to inherit um, the lights um, and the nature of the world to come, of redemption. Okay? So the same difficulty is expressed not in terms of one can say of a personal request, but in terms of redemption of humanity as a whole. Okay, so the answer for it is starting today. Why starting today? Because in the beginning, since Israel is counting to the moon, in the beginning of the month, actually we are not able to see that the moon can shine. It's in it is concealed. So actually the question of Moshe is how in a state of concealment one can actually adhere or hold to belief if there's no revelation. But in so it's depend on a preparation in a concealed state, And then at 10th, when the moon starts to actually have sunlight that we can feel the presence of it, and through the size, one can say, of the moon, and because it's beginning to be able to hold light and to shine, to receive and to shine. So at the 10th, the preset is to actually take that which is that which we used as our definition of purpose in life, and to tie to the bed, meaning to take this lamb and to tie it to the bed, meaning to tie it to the position, one can say, of the true lack of importance of that which we held important before. So one can say that the preparation for a true meeting point starts in terms of act and or expression of the process of 9 plagues that were sort of untamed and unreceived. I mean, unreceived revelations so far, which are the 10 plagues of Egypt. So the consciousness, the realization, the awareness of that something inside us as spirits or soul of spirits actually begin to shine upon our consciousness or our definition of self. This is where it starts. Okay, so that is after we are in exile and in holding into the pattern of the impossibility of getting out or being rescued from the clutches of the will to receive to oneself.